All aboard, welcome aboard. It's back. We're back. It's Kelly Jack, and this is How Not to Game with Kelly Jack. Semi-trans sessions, and this session is the Devil's Towers Fixit 1969 game, where I'm trying to make a game more efficient and less like what it's showing here. Unfortunately, I do tend to go that way. One moment, please. As I said, I did have a little bit of a health issue, so I do need to um, play my musical instrument slash nose. One moment. Y'all can relax. My health issue is related to weather conditions, in that it has been unusually warm in the Salt Lake Valley this year. Uh, Here at Streaming House, we are looking at less than 3 inches of snow for the year. This is the least amount of snow. It is also a year in which I am having to deal with, because of the weather conditions and the economic conditions, an increase in the feline patio occupational forces. For those of you not aware, the local feral cats take over my patio, usually in spring and fall, for a couple of weeks. This past year, matter of fact, I'm coming up on almost a full year, because the mother cat got hurt, the mother feral, and trust me, I have tried to trap her. Oh, I have spent 6 years trying to trap that girl. I gave up last year. Uh, she's cagey, cage shy, and cage wise, I guess you could call her. You're not going to catch Mama. But because she's been hurt so many times in the past year, um, she has not been able to teach them to hunt. This has become a problem because I now have 5 kittens roaming the patio, two of whom are convinced, three now actually, are convinced they need to become fat window cats. Unfortunately, my landlord slash roommate is deadly allergic to cats, so they can't come in the house. He actually would prefer me not to even have them outside, but he also understands that part of me is being that kind hearted being that does not believe in abandoning things. And you can see how much it was tearing me up not to feed him for a week when I was without food for him. So we are working our way through things. And this is the Devil's Towers game. This is episode 67. I think I forgot to announce that it was episode 66 last time. So welcome aboard, all aboard. And let's see just how little chaos, or how well we can remove some of this chaos. One of the spots that I'm having chaos at is I've got 3 spots where I really could have done a better job. These two could possibly be served by the same station. It would require moving our loading ports over further for this part of our setup. So we're going to have to see what we can do here at Peat Bog near Mallowfield to decide whether we want to do a Mallowfield Villages combined freight terminal, or whether we want to keep it as 2 separate terminals servicing each of the industries. It would require rerouting the main line with some serious land work out here to avoid having the issues we've had in the past. We've also got some other issues that we may need to address as time goes on. That's one option. The real option right now is getting this guy running. So let's go ahead and dispatch out of the satellite yard. And yes, we're back to utilizing the satellite yard at Malaffield for 21 S&S. 21 Ship and Store is our company here in this game. We're going to dispatch. So it's train, doesn't need to be high speed, but at the same time, we've got a lot of high speed trains on there. Because it's so short, I can take and dispatch one of the older locomotives that I still hold. I have allowed that I can buy obsolete vehicles in this. And I am considering that. One, saves on the locomotive. I mean, locos are not cheap. That's 11 grand. And we're trying to maximize profits as well. We want our profits to be better. We want our system to look cleaner, less of a chaos that we've had. Part of that chaos change that we're going to have to change out is I am seriously considering shifting satellite yard closer into the main line over here down the road. So I would need everything out of it. So we're going to go ahead and put out, oops, no, not tanker cars, dang it. And I'm only going to run a 4 train because it's so short we can go back and forth several times. This train's only going to cost us $19.50 a kilometer. That's probably about 6-7 kilometers, hopefully. We'll see. Yes, the frog in the throat is back. As I was saying, the warmth of the winter has caused several things to begin um, cracking and releasing things from their buds on the trees and bushes. So, in other words, the health issue is hay fever. All right, Gig, let's see what we can do here. Can we build a better system? First things first, let's get our trains rolling. We're going to dispatch that guy like that. He's going to be pretty quick. We don't really need to do any waypoints on this one because he's going to take and follow the quickest route back in for now. Let's get it set up. And I am debating, should I do a terminus yard? Should I do a roll through yard here? Right now, it could get away with a terminal. The terminal would let us get rid of these end track sections and do a better setup. So, yeah, there's a lot to consider here. Who are you and what are you doing? Oh, the boards. Yes, the planks. As we can see, we've got some pretty good diesel runs going. Sorry, I do need these sips of coffee. It is cup of coffee number 3, pot number 1 for those tracking Kelly Jack's caffeination levels. We need a name. Oh what did we call this? Hi there, you are urban timbering. Because we hadn't named this guy yet either. There we go. And then come back over here to here. Get our names going right. And we can do things, and we're going to drop in a sign. We're using this sign to let us know. And that means we're about to declare eminent domain. Remind myself that, yeah, hey, at some point we're going to have to clean this up. Let's go back to our factory list here. Haven't had any new factories drop in that I know of. We do have a wind power plant, and that's just going to be a power line. How close is it to other power? Not that bad. Let's go ahead and just run a power line to connect that power line in. Oop, don't want to go near. So we're actually going to waste a few dollars to preserve safety around a tourist attraction. There we go. Get our and there we go. So we've tapped into the windmill, and the windmill is now generating us some cash. Hopefully. By tying him into the grid. One less. I did it wrong again. There we go. One less issue. So now we got a couple of oil wells, 4 of them, 2 scrap yards. Still have these 4 timber plantations to tie into various places. And of course, wind power needs to be fixed. One of those is the one that we've already done. We're going to come to here. Hi. Mark the Zephyr power. Sales of the Zephyr. Hey, here's something else we can do. By tying that in, we can now afford to take and tie in another. Let's get some power over here. That'll generate a little bit more cash, hopefully. and that's a short run. We can also put a power station there. And this guy goes where? He's going to Octo or peat moss, both. This guy goes to just peat moss. So for right now, we can take and do a truck run over to here and then eventually build 2 more yards. We're going to have to back this yard out, extend him a little bit because this is not working. As well as I would like. Does Lone Woods have a connection? Yeah, Larry's Logger. Lonewood Larry's Logger is running on that line. Okay. Let's do a slight extension of the trains. And next time he pulls out, we will be able to build him up. The reason I did 2 is I want to pull this train all the way forward, take out these 2, and make a crossover so that they all come in and split into the yard the right way. And again, this is going to be a transfer yard to serve the transfer train that'll be running, which will be a shorter train. I could technically get away with a smaller one, but I want to be able to hold enough oil. Let's do a road. We're going to start with our favorite, the gravel road. And I don't mind crossing this because this is a dispatch line. Now we got to figure out where the nearest spot that we can tie into a road network is at. Ah. I hate it when I do that. There we go. I don't mind using a wooden bridge for things like this. Do this as a cobblestone road. Bring him in like that. Do this up to here. All right, now we should have a dispatch house out here by Ashwell somewhere. No, Ashwell works off of Satellite, that's right. So we're going to come to the old Satellite yard, go to our trucks, grab our standards tanker, see if we have, nope, there's no tankers that can go behind it, so I can't do a double yet. Doubles are nice because that lets you take and do a little bit longer. I'd like to take and set up a triple or something down the road. And that's Duck Pond. Cool. So Duck Pond is now tied in. Oops, we never dispatched the... Duh. Gotta schedule him, dude. Okay, so our start, our finish, 100%. The duck peat. being kind of specific there so that I know where it's going to. Come to here, clean up my signage so that it's just the company name, not just what type of industry it is as well. And nearest city, which takes up a lot of memory too in your maps. Our trash is looking good. That'll take a while to take and get out here. Let's see what else we can take and think about. He goes to two different spots. Pressman's pulpers are looking pretty good. All right, let's go ahead and close down all the signage. Reopen and reset, because again, we screwed up. How we put it away. All right, so the wind power never is going to come off, but we have served it. I guess they think I'm going to take and run sailboat fuel out to there on a deadhead or something. I have done that once to make that disappear off the list. Had a deadhead truck coming back, and I was like, okay, sailboat fuel. For those of you who don't know, sailboat fuel is an old term used on CB radios by truckers to indicate they were running empty. Deadheading is a traditional term is called. And we're at 22 minutes, 37 seconds, and counting. I'm Kelly Jack. Thanks for watching this episode. I hope I wasn't too boring, and apologize for the allergy sounds coming through, but 'tis the season. I'm trying to save the few allergy pills I have left for when it gets really bad later, once everything starts flowering. So you'll definitely, unless you suffer from hay fever like me and are in a similar situation right now where things are starting to bloom and come into the season, have a better day than I'm having. If you're not, grab the allergy meds, please.